Okay, so once again, first time we going to introduce myself. My name is Mia Kasim. Okay, I'm an audit trainer, and I do the instructor training. I do normal job of the instructor part as well. So in terms of your part three, how it's going to start? You try to bring your own student. It can be beginner, partly trained, full license holder who is new, or full license holder experienced. They says try not to bring the beginner, because if you bring the beginner, you're going to have to do a lot of talking through, like talk through guidance. If you give them a lot of guidance, that means you the one who's doing the job. You the one who's just telling them do this, do that, do this, do that. So that means it's just just like a teaching. They want to see coaching. Okay, they want you to shift the responsibility to the student. Let them do the job, you just help them, don't tell them. So that means if any student who is on that stage, where you have to tell them, try not to take them on the test. If they're not ready for that stage, at least give them enough lessons so they can get on that stage. So when they got enough in that stage, then you try to take them. So best idea is partly train, which can be the junctions, or you take them train who's almost ready on the test, or who maybe failed their driving test and they're ready to go again. Okay, so they're ready to go again. And then you got the full license holder. If sometime you do not have your main friend with you, then you can take, like, okay, I can take the full license holder who recently passed the test. Then they have some concerns, or they maybe have a lack of experience on something like a larger roundabouts or faster routes or something like that, or city center maybe. Or you take them somebody who is experienced. But the problem is, in your job right now as a PDI, your experience is more to work with the learners, partly trained, beginner, like that, or make them ready, take them to the test. So you try not to take them the full license holder, because that is like a different job. For example, we got this badge with me, it's called like fleet training badge. These badges are only for the full license holders. These are like a different skills to teach them. So the best idea is, now conclusion of this chat, take partly train or train as a first choice. Okay, this is why on your mark sheet they say the beginning, the what you bringing. Then you say, okay, I'm bringing my which student. So out of your sheet here, you say partly train is your best student. Okay, partly train is your best one. Now let's come to the next part. There's a theme. Okay. Theme is your choice. You do not have to choose the theme from there. It's the examiner duty to mark down the theme. So if you're thinking of doing junction, don't just think of doing this because it's written there. You can choose any topic. Why? Because it's depend on your student. If your student want to see that you want, let's say I'm your student, I want you to teach me something about, let's say teach me the junction, then okay, that's fine. But let's say if I say teach me about the speed limit, it's not written down in the sheet then, but that is my goal. You my teacher, I'm like a client, and you the one like a shopkeeper, and I'm telling you I want to buy this. So I'm here in your shop, I want to buy something, then sell me this. You can't tell me, oh no, I can't sell you this because I decided to sell you differently. No, you say this is what going on. That is becomes your goal then. Okay. So choose your student. So you said your student is already available to go with you. Which one is your student now? Beginner, partly trained, or trained full license? Medium. Partly trained? Yeah, partly trained. Never done any driving test? No. Okay. And in terms of his driving, can he drive everywhere? Like this mark sheet we have here. Do you think he can do all these topics easily in the mark sheets? So then you say, okay, which topic is trying to do this time? Do you know his weakness? Yeah, weakness for T-junction. When you go to the T-junction and go to cross the line, other side. Because sometimes you forget to check the mirror as well. Sometimes you go to the a little fast and go to the other lines. Okay. That is
all the
Okay.
time.
Okay. Now, if we try to break this down, if we try to break this down a little bit, so like for example here now we can see this part here. So that's a T junction
Yeah.
and is a partly trained person. When they say partly trained, then you thinking about he done about 10 to maybe 20 hours. This much hours he done.
About 25 hours.
Okay, so let's do 25 hours. So examiner believe that if you done 25 hours, you done the T junctions already with them
Mm.
in the past, because you can't go this much hours doing the same job again and again. You maybe have to move on to the next chapters. Now, let's say if you're going back, so this is becomes your past. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're bringing your past in your present today, so if you're bringing the T junction today, now you said he have the problem of approaching speed.
Yeah.
He's approaching too fast.
Fast.
That has become his goal. One thing. So you need to sort out in the junction. Junction becomes your theme. In this theme, this is the problem you're going to solve, not the junction.
Mm.
One job.
One job.
One job only. It's called SMART goal. SMART goals. That's specific, measurement, achievable in the time, and reliable as well to do it. Yeah. So that means you make a SMART goal which is possible to achieve today. If you say he also have a problem of not looking his mirror, that is his second goal.
Mm-hmm.
Then you need, if you got 40 minutes of drive time, out of that 40 minutes, now you're telling me you're going to spend 20 minutes on the job number one, then you're going to spend another 20 minutes in job number two. And out of these 20 minutes, you maybe have to spend about maybe 5 minutes talking on each things. Then you only left with 15 minutes and 15 minutes to teach.
Mm-hmm.
So you're making your work
Yeah.
too small, too hard. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also you mentioned the passing crossing the line.
Oh yeah, the lines as well. So that's like three.
Three.
That is-
Another one,
Yeah.
when you go to the junction, is going to beside the junction, stop over there, too slow going.
That's a hesitation again. That's four.
Yeah, four.
That's
That is
it.
a problem as well.
Yeah. So if this guy is that much bad, okay, then you can say even he done this much 25 hours or something, his level is still very less. So you just say them he's a partly trained person and he only have his level is technically like a 10 hours,
Mm-hmm.
10 or 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say I have to tell him how to do the T junction. I done something already. So they say if you're teaching them something, do the basics. They said do the MSPSL before you come. Tell them the pictures, do the briefing, all the MSPSL in advance. So do it well in advance. Do your talking part, which we call MSPSL talking part, do it in advance before you come. So half the job is done. Now you go and meet the examiner. Okay? Then examiner will ask you the important question. Tell me about your student. This is very important now. Tell me about your student. Now you say, okay, my student is partly trained. He done about 10 hours with me. We're working on his junction. I teach him how to do the junction. Like I show him all the photos in the book. He understand how to do left, how to do right. And we also have done some practice, but all the practice we was doing, I was telling him what to do. I was guiding him what to do. So like now, what's the plan then? Plan is this: he want to work on his junction, maybe T junction. He want to work his MSPSL routine, but now the goal is he do not want me to guide him. So we're moving on to the next prompting. And then if he gets better and better, we will let him do by himself, independent. That is the plan we have. Okay, let's sound like a good plan. And if he said, do you know your area or you came from different? You say, no, I'm from Leeds, I know about it, so we do this area. Okay, that's fine. Let's go to your test. And this is where you start telling your student, okay, we're going to start your real teaching lesson now. But this is the best idea. Do not start the lesson outside the center at the same time. So what time is your test?
Half 10,
Half 10. Then it's better you pick the student half 9.
half 9.
Okay? Then spend 1 hour like a normal lesson. Half 9 till 10:30 you do 1 hour lesson. Then take a break, meet the examiner, kind of pick the examiner, let the examiner sit at the back. Once the examiner sits at the back, then continue with another half of your lesson. So because majority of the time we typically do 2 hour lesson. So this is like a habit, 2 hour lessons each time. As your company also book 2 hour lessons all the time. So if you in the habit of doing 2 hour lesson all the time, then there is no point that you just do 45-minute lesson in front of the examiner. If you do it, then you can't start, you can't finish. You have too much to talk to your student. You have to explain him, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. So it's better do everything before you come. Show him the photos, explain him everything, take him to the location as well, let him do something, let him do some left and right, help him, and then take a break. Whatever you're doing, write it down on the paper. This is the goal today. Dealing with a T junction, and the plan is to kill his problems like speed, mirror, approaching, hesitation. I'm going to help him. So 1 hour or 35 minutes, 45 minutes, you're helping him. Now you try to encourage him that we go again. This time I will prompt you. I will take away some help and I will let you do something and I help you something. 50-50. Sharing responsibility. And then you tell the same story to the examiner what actually you are doing before coming. So examiner like to see actual thing. So it's not like you planned from home. Maybe in that 1 hour you maybe start coming up with the more problem with the student. Then you make a note and tell the examiner, when I was giving him the lesson before coming to your the center before meeting you, he was doing a problem, and his problem was he was doing the problem about this. We started doing mirror signal position, but now you're also doing another problem, clutch. So when I will start the lesson again, I have to spend another 5 minutes to help him with the clutch first. Clutch become his need. When he is happy with the clutch, or when I can see he can do good clutch, maybe uphill clutch practice, then I will continue with my lesson. Because we've taken about 10 minutes, 15 minutes break, what I will do, I will ask him if he's happy for me to tell him guidance one more time. Then I can give another 5 minute guidance, or because I have to go to the location where I have a lot of left and right. So maybe on the way, because these things he never done it before, how to go from test center to there. I'm gonna help him a little bit with my guidance, talk through. And once we get to the location, I will ask him, now you happy to take responsibility? And I will prompt you, try to do it something by your own. And then ask him some question and then you continue. And then on the halfway, you evaluate the lesson again. And after you evaluate the lesson, then you say, oh, you're getting actually more better than I think. I think you're picking up very quickly, you're picking up very nicely. How about let's you do more and I do less? You can also can take this way as well. So when you do talk through, you keep 100%. So is let's say it's you and that's pupil, and pupil take 0%. So who is doing the work then?
Mhm.
So who is doing the work?
Me.
Yeah. and examiner don't like to see this. Then is your what at the end when we're going to finish this now, when we're going to finish this lesson, at the end, when we say, okay, we reached the end now, can you please reflect your performance? Then examiner say, you doing the whole work, there's no learning. And the lesson should be client-centered. The student need to take the responsibility of their learning and you just helping them to learn something. If they're still doing everything by your help in the last, then what's the point then? So they say, okay, at least do this before you come in. So your first 1 hour before coming to the test center, do this alone, you and pupil. Then even you're doing 100%, no problem. But don't do this in front of the examiner unless student is doing any fault. Because when student do the fault, you have to tell him. Then you don't have to shy not to do it. You have to do it. Then you got the prompt. Prompt is more like take 50%, let them do 50%. This is the best place to start the lesson in front of the examiner. So now you got examiner, you got you, and then you got pupil. Three people in the car. But you are doing the work, he's like a dummy. He's just watching you. Say that before coming to the test, we already done new topic. I'm teaching him T-junction or other thing on the junction, but I was helping him all the time. But something he can do better, something is weak. Maybe you can say his mirror is weak, signal is okay. Say signal is okay, mirror is weak, position is 50-50. Position, speed is very bad. I have to help him. And then we got look and judgment. I also have to help him. The only thing he can do better is signal, or maybe half work with the position. Then we say, okay, which thing you can do better, you do by yourself. And which thing you can't do better, I will help you. And slowly, we get better and better, and this percentage will change. Now, let's say you already have done 20 minutes lesson or 15 minutes lesson. Then you can see he's getting better with his mirror because you're prompting him, helping him, giving him tip. Where we should check. Which mirror we need to check. Why the mirrors are important to check before turning. Which one you're going to check. Why? Who's going to get benefit from the signal. How we can save each other. So after your help, he gone better. When he go better, then you say, okay, now you're getting better. How about before you was not doing it, I was helping you. So now let's do together. This one you can do better. Let's do 100% by yourself. This one you do 100% by yourself. And this one 50-50 we can do it now. So things are changing now. And then maybe you have more time left, maybe another 10 minutes left. And then you encourage the student, okay, let's do this MSPSL on the junction. And you do more, as much you can. I try to stay quiet, I give you less help, you do it. So that means slowly, you changing the responsibility. And let the student do the more work, not you. Then you can say learning is taking place. And that is what the examiner want to see, that your lesson is client-centered. You came with the one problem, student have the problem, you came with the one problem, and at the end, it looks like problem is getting solved. It don't have to be 100%. Nobody will learn everything in 40 minutes in one day.
You need more time.
Yeah, this is why they need 40 hours. Some learners take 40 hours, some learners take 60 hours, depending on the age, depending on their ability to learn. Sometimes people take too much time to learn and pass the test. So if the student takes 60 hours to learn something to pass the test or get better, to pass this kind of learner test where they can do all this topic, maybe a little minor mistake, but no serious, no danger. That kind of a result, they need to be spend time. So examiner understand that he is not going to be 100% today. So don't try to make them 100%. Come with one problem, solve one problem, but keep it to minimum. Even your students say, "Oh, I would like to do this. I like to do this. I like to do this. I like to do this." Then you tell them, all these things you're telling me is like a one lesson, and every one lesson need at least like a 1 hour. If you want to do two things, we need 2 hours. If you're talking about five things to me,
5 hours.
it's 5 hours. And I do normally 2 hour lesson because you're gonna get tired. And after long timing of your lesson, your mind is not ready to take any information. And slowly, slowly, you will not taking any responsibility of your learning.
Yeah, and also at least you solve the first lesson and then it is that good, you can move to the other one.
Yeah, you can always can tell them like this, like a client. Let's finish this. Then we move here. Then we move here. Then we move here. Then we move here. So we do 5 jobs, but we do separately. If you do very good, let's do 10 minute this, 10 minute this, 10 minute this. Every time you show me better and better and better, we move on, and one day we complete everything. You still encourage them. That is called identification. Sometimes students don't know what they want to do. That is also called identification. Okay, so let's do the this mark sheets now. So line number 1, lesson planning. Now, in terms of the planning, do you go anywhere without plan? No. If you do go somewhere without the plan, you know you are not getting much out of it because you are without plan. Let's say you're going on a holiday or something, no planning. Of course, you have to struggle over there. But if you have everything planned, things go smooth. So do not come to the lesson without the plan. Talk to your student. See what they really want to do, or you find what they really want to do, and try to agree on one thing, one smart goal. Or if your student making a lot of goals, lot of things, then tell your student that let's make a smart goal, what we can do in 40-45 minutes time. If you're going to make a big goal, we need a big time. Make a small goal, we need a small time. Let's say if I say, can you please make a tea, you have 5 minutes. Is that possible? 5 minutes making a tea? Yeah. It's no, with a kettle, 5 minutes making a tea is possible.
But it's to drink, maybe it takes.
Yeah. Then you need another time to drink it. So that's like a one thing. If I say start cooking for 20 people now, you have 5 minutes. Then you can't do it. You need another time. So if your student says something, or if you're choosing something which you can't finish in the good timing, then you're making your goal too big. Or you can say you're making your radius of learning too big. You can say, okay, all these things we're going to learn one day, slowly, slowly, before you go for your driving test. When you're ready for the driving test, we do everything one by one. But today, smart goal. We have to do the one smart goal. So planning is the main thing. Now, in the job number 1, lesson planning, and the first thing, did trainer identify the pupil learning goal and need? So your first job is to identify what he want to do and why. Your client want to do the T junction. Okay. Why? Because he don't know. How you know he don't know? Because I'm the one who's teaching him. Okay. Are you teaching him from the day one, or are you teaching him?
5 lessons before.
Yeah. Okay. I was teaching him 5 lessons before. Then why he have to do it again? What is the main reason he have to do it again? He's struggling in some part. Okay. Now bring that some part as your key learning points. If I say, okay, I would like to do the T junction, you should be asking me, Kasim, I already have teach you the T junction before. Why you want to do it again? Oh, I was driving with my cousin and I was doing a lot of mistake. I must certain say he was laughing on me and say, oh, you don't know how to turn. Okay, what you did wrong with him? Or when I was turning, I hit the tire on the curb, on the corner of the turning. And my cousin was like, you doing lesson, you don't know how to do it. So that means that's my problem. And then you say, okay, so what you like to do today then with me? Can you tell me how to make the nice good turning in the tight corners that I don't hit any car? Not your car. Maybe my cousin car is a little bigger or something. I want you to do this for me, please. Can you teach me this to help me? I will say, yes, I understand what you're telling me now. You need a help in your steering angles. That when you make the tight turning, how much steering you need it, how you identify the type of the turning, how tight the junction is, how you do it, and then we take the best position for the turning that we do not hit the corners. And on the first, I will help you, then I will see if you can do better, and then I will see if you can do it alone without my help. And then slowly you help him in three stages: guidance, talk through, prompting, and then making him independent. And then you can see, yes, now he can do it. And then you asking him, so now you understand, are you got it what you really want from me? Yes, I'm happy today because this is was my main issue, and I really want you to help me to do the turning. But now I understand all the turnings are not same. Some are easy, some are tight, and every turning need a different type of the slow down the car and different amount of the steering I needed. So
Turning point as well.
yeah, you gave me the reference points as well, that what is the best timing of turning with your help, because you are specialist in this job. That is why I'm taking lesson from you. Then he go home at the end, you will ask him, did you achieve your goal? Then he will say yes. And that is what the examiner will say. He came with one problem, with the background, you identify his problem, you understand his problem like a doctor. I'm paining there is, I'll say, okay, I'm paining at the back. Your back is like too big. Which part of your back? Go left or right? Okay, right. Okay. If he's right, up or down? Down. How much down? Yeah. Then this. Okay. Is your pain in the daytime, nighttime, midtime, when you're sitting, when you're standing, when you lay down, when you bend? What time? When you ask him so many questions, then you actually came to the right problem. That this right problem called identification of the goal, and that is your duty. What I want to do it, why? If he want to do it, why? Without digging the problem, without asking him the question, coming to the point why he needed, don't start the lesson. Okay. So you identify as a main job. Then after that, learning goal is the goal which you bring it early. Don't just ask him what you like to do today. Oh, I want to work on my T junction. Okay, that's good. Let's go. This is a big junction. What you're going to do in the big T junction is like a theme. You're not going to teach him the theme. You're going to teach him the topic in the theme. Okay, then you ask him more. Then becomes need. You again need to ask him another lot of questions. How we can achieve your goal? How we can achieve your goal? There must be a tools. I need to make a T junction. I want to make myself good in the T junction. Then you need a mirror signal. Then you need a position. Then you need a speed. Then you need a small gear. Then you have to make a habit of looking. Then you need a rule and regulation. That is like a tools. When you use the MSPSL routine, that is like a tool to do T junction. So MSPSL is the need, T junction is the goal, major goal like a theme. In the T junction, maybe one thing is more problem for me, not everything. And that one thing is my main goal. When you do the main goal, sometimes you have the secondary goals. Maybe the student was doing everything very good before. Yeah. And after that, what happened? When he start doing the lesson, slowly, he's doing another fault, then another fault, then another fault, then another fault. That means he's not sticking on his one goal. Then you can say, okay, now we have four separate goals because we started with this goal, but you start doing this wrong, then this wrong, then this wrong. Okay, now we have four goals in total. right? We can't do everything today. So what we do, we pick one thing at first. But let's say if the student do the faults, if the student do the faults, pick the dangerous one first, like order, then serious, then minor. And that is how you know which one you should be doing, which goal you should be doing it now as a major goal. Let's say if I want to go to the junction and I'm stalling the car, then stalling is like dangerous thing, and without sorting out my stalling, you controlling of the car, you can't move on to the next chapter. This is why when you teach people the learning, so for example, this is like a progress card. So that's like a progress card, right? So in that progress card, you teach the cockpit drill and control, clutch, then moving and stopping. Then you start teaching the junctions. So if my anything from the past is going wrong, I can't go further in the future. So let's sort out the main thing first. Then this becomes my main goal. And maybe by the time I'm doing the main goal, time is finished on my lesson. I finish, I go home. But examiner will not say you, oh, you was here for doing the T junction. Why are you teaching him the what you call it clutch? Because clutch becomes neat. He start doing the fold. So he start doing the fold. So without that fixing the fold, I cannot move on. But there's another thing you have to be remember. Soon you see the student is start getting better in his fold. Move on. Yeah, praise him and tell him, okay, I thought it's going to take us long time to sort this problem, but after a little bit quick revision, you're going better now. Are you happy that we go back to the old chapter with the permission? And then he will say, yeah, I think I will be okay. And you say, okay, I can still can help you. We don't have to be 100%. If you reasonably enough, that I don't have to guide you all the time, and you can prompt yourself a little bit, and then you can move on. I think we can still can continue, because more you drive, you get better and better. So that is why they say, did the trainer identify? That's identification is one job. Finding the learning goal, asking him find the right thing they want to learn, one thing only, not too many, one thing. And then find his needs, what exactly he need, like a tools, what tools he need to get to achieve his goal. Without this I can't do this, without this I can't do this, without this I can't do this. So that is why they say what we have to do, stick with one smart goal is much better, because halfway on your lesson your student going to do another fault. You maybe have to intervene him and control him, and that become your second goal. And maybe by the time you're sorting out the second one, you do another fault, then you have another goal. So this is better. Do not start your journey with three problems. Start your journey with one problem and be ready to solve the second problem on the way. So for example, again, if you go to let's say you go to the park for the picnic, you plan, you get everything ready, you go there, and then oh, I forget that. I need to do the barbecue. Oh, I don't have the yeah, charcoal or matchbox or something. The main thing is missing. So that means you're ready for the second problem. Okay, then find the solution. Is any more people are around me? Can I borrow somebody and job solve? Or there's nobody around you. You may be in the jungle or something. So then you have to go back, wasting time. But you only have 1 hour break to do this barbecue. Now you can't manage. If you can't manage, boom, fail. Because you have the smart goal and you have limited time to achieve that goal, but you can't manage it because you did not plan properly, is gone. So they will fail people for that. But it's very natural. Think about it. If you go to PDI test, you feel like I'm the very good driver, I am very good, I'm best in my driving, I'm driving for 20 years, I know everything. You go for your part two, 1 or 2 times you lose your concentration or take the wrong decisions on the road or miss something, you fail. Now imagine after being a best driver, still people fail part two driving test. Now Think about this learner. The learner is already a learner. So you should expecting the learner to do the mistake. When people go for the driving test, even you make them ready, 60 hours. You make them ready, they pass the mock test, they done everything. They go to the test, they get nervous, they fail. They fail for minor, serious, dangerous. Why? Oh, I was nervous. And I was like, I thought you are best driver, you can make it. No, I failed. So same thing in a part three. Sometimes you maybe know everything 100%, but on the test day, your students start getting nervous. You getting nervous. You miss something because you have the short time. You miss something and you can't finish the job in a good, and that means it's failed. So think about,
maybe sometimes on the road something can happen, and then
yeah,
that time if you didn't interfere with the
yeah. Let's say
miss to mention this, for example.
let's say you're driving on the road, two police car came from the back, and student cannot handle it easily and get panic. Now you have to sort out this problem now. Talk to him, this the time finish, and now you can't finish the job. Yeah. So identify the goal and need of the student. That is the main three things. So what you have to do in the test, you must encourage the pupil to say what they want from the lesson. So ask them, what do you like to do? Why? And if they don't know, then you tell them what we're doing this today, and this is the reason we're doing this today. So encourage them to speak out as much you can. That is your main job. Asking them question to ensure they understand. Do you understand? Whenever you say something, repeat them. Do you understand? Do you want me to tell them you again? Are you clear? Who's gonna do what? You doing this job, I'm doing this job, you do this person, I do this person. Clear it. Ask them. Checking the understanding as the progress start. So this is like a sheet, like, okay, we ask them question. Why? We ask them question for so many reasons. To acquire the knowledge. I want to check your knowledge. Okay, what type of the T junction you see? Open and close. Good. How many signs you see? Give way or stop. Traffic light. So you maybe want to do question to check the knowledge, or you maybe want to do a question because you're not sure what they're telling you. So there can be a different reasons for question. So your job is to question them, check their understanding about the topic. For example, if somebody come to you as a new client and you say, okay, what do you like to do today? I want to work on my T junction. All right, have you done the T junctions before? Oh yes, I done with my last instructor. Okay, that means you know everything. So let's go. It's not good because you did not check their understanding in the beginning. Then you also have to check the understanding as the lesson progress.
Like recap question of when you go to the junction, which mirror to check something like that.
That's called prompting. So when you say we're approaching to the T junction, I would like you to take a left turning. So can you tell me which mirror we should be checking and why? I should be looking back and left. So if any car or cycle around me. Thank you. Good. That's a good question. A good answer. Thank you so much for that. So now anytime we go again to the next T junction, I would like you to focus on the same way you give me the answer. That is like a praise, encouraging him to do good. Asking him is like a prompting, and that is how you know he's okay with his mirror. So this chapter is like a checklist. Make it done. The student is showing you the good ability to do the mirrors. Tick it. Done. Tell him that you're doing this good. Keep it. Unless you do wrong, I will tell you. Otherwise, you're doing good. Keep it. Let's move on to the next one. How about the signal? You're doing good with the signal. Keep it. So I'm responsibility I'm sending towards you now. Let's come to the position part. That is where you need help. Okay, let's do the position then. So then you sort out things step by step. Okay. You must listen to the student what they're saying. So when you ask them something, listen to them. And then when you listen to them, maybe you will get more clues. Oh, he's not giving me the right answer. Let me ask him more. He's not telling me very confidently. So how about he's not sure? I'll ask him more. What do you mean about this? What do you about this? When you say, oh, is when it's clear, I go. What do you mean is clear? What clear means to you? Or when I don't see anybody coming, I go. Now think again. when you don't see anybody coming, that is why you're going, or you're making sure nobody's coming, then you're going. Is there a big difference? Oh, so see, you listening them carefully, and then again you have to ask him another question to find out the real problem. Then you move on. Then sometimes students are not so good to tell you everything. They may be shy to tell you many things. Then what you do, take the notes of the body language. Not everybody speak out that quickly. So you see, like you shaking, you're not telling me what's the problem. This. If you do all this job, then your first line becomes good number. Then you identify the student by question answer. You know why he's doing it. What you find the right goal for him. What exactly he want to do. The smart goal, which can achievable today in the time limit, and then you also understand what he needed to achieve this goal. So three bullet points. Yeah, identification, smart goals, finding his goal, and find the need what he need to for the goal. Okay. Now let's go to the second line, for example. Now, so your second job is lesson planning. Was the agreed lesson structure appropriate for the pupil experience and ability? Again, take some big bullet points again. Lesson agreed. Did you make the lesson, or did you try to impose this lesson on the student, or you understand that you guys are agree on the lesson? Remember when we said we're going to do 1 hour lesson before? This is the time you make the lesson agree with your student. This is the time for you to ask the student what you like to do today. I want to do my T junction. Okay, what you want to do in the T junction? Sort out my position, please. Okay. So are you agreed that we're going to do a lesson on the T junction, and main thing we're going to sort out is your positioning, so you do not hit the curb in the future. That is your main goal, right? So are you happy to continue with this lesson? Okay. So what we do, we take the 10 minutes break and we pick the examiner, and then I tell the examiner the same thing you're telling me, that we going to do the T junction. I'm going to sort out his position so he do not hit the car while turning. That is his goal. Then I will come and pick you. We sit in the car. We continue to do this practice. And then you ask him one more time, are you happy to continue in the same lesson? You're telling me, yeah, yeah, go. So are you happy to do the same lesson to do with me? Yeah, yeah, happy with you. So that is like you making the agreement of the lesson. Then you have to do the lesson structure. Structure means how you're going to do it. You can say to the student, okay, you can say to the student, okay, Kasim, I got the plan. Normally people hit the car when they do the tight turnings. So my plan is, how about we try to take the left turning, which is not so tight, big, nice and curved one, like a bendy ones. Then we see you doing follow the curve nicely by keeping 1 meter away. And then slowly, I give the tight turnings. And that slowly, we will be achieve our goal. How this sound this to you? Do you agree with my plan? Is this lesson structure gonna work for you? Is this going to be a good way to do it? And maybe I will come and say, give me the hard one first. So it can be anything. But whatever, agree. Tell them the structure, how you guys gonna do this, right? Let's say if I came to the venue and I say, okay, I want to book this venue for the wedding or something. Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What time you need it, it will be ready. It will be ready. No, I want to know your structure. I want to know what you're gonna do. Tell me. Oh, we're gonna do this way. We're gonna do this way. We give you buckets. We give you. We give tables with this. I want to know. When I'm agree, when you and me both agree according to what I really needed, then start. So without agreement, without telling each other what work you guys going to do in the lesson, do not start the lesson. Tell them.
First agree and after that start the lesson.
Yeah, it's like a crystal clear. Don't keep them in the doubt. Don't keep them in the surprises. Tell them this is what we're going to do because we agree on that goal. This is your needs. This is what we need to work to achieve your goal. How we came to the goal, you already have the background because you hit the car, so you don't want to do this again. I also don't want you to do this again. Let's lessen the structure according to your ability and experience. Let's agree on the structure. Let's do step by step, like low level, medium level, high level, and make a challenges. Slowly we bring the challenge in, right? And what we do it, we according to your ability and experience. So this is why the complete line call, was the lesson structure appropriate according to the student ability and experience. Don't give them too much challenge in the beginning, especially, and do not leave the challenge, otherwise, you're just doing an easy job. See, talk through, prompt, independent. So, easy, medium, difficult. So, that means you say, where is your student right now? Your student is on this easy parts, easy turning, long turnings. Okay, then make it medium. Test him on the easy one. If you can do better, move on to the medium level. If you can do that better, move on to the next one, hard ones. Three levels. And that means you changing your lessons, structure it properly, slow, medium, and high. Let's say small road, bigger road, like that, step by step. That is lesson structure according to his ability and experience, and you moving on to help him with the goal. But whatever you do, agree with him. Now, I'm reading that what is the main job you do, which give you the numbers then. If you ensure the pupil understand what they plan to do and agree with that plan, that is your main job. So you must agree with the plan. Say them, I'm agree with you. Okay? Ensure means ask them. Asking is compulsory. You ask them to ensure them, that is where you get the numbers. Ask them. Okay? You must a lesson that reflect informative given by the people and the people goal want to tackle. A lesson like what goal they want to tackle. So like informations for them. Building in opportunities to check the statement made by the people. Let's say they express something, body language or some wording, so you must speak it because that give you the hints of the ability and experience. That's gonna be up. Is that uphill? Is that uphill? When you say like that, you know that he never done the uphill turnings. That's why he's feel like he's worried of his uphill turning. He's using the uphill turning wording because I mean when he's gonna turn left uphill, he's feeling something. Kasim, I heard you saying uphill turning twice. Is some concerns in your mind? Yeah, I think this is going to be a bit difficult for me. Okay, what part is difficult for you? I think I'm going to stall the car is my big fear. So you listen to every single word they speak or body language to find out they have a concern and address their concerns. Ask them, then move on. That is your regular duty as an instructor. You should be checking their understanding by asking them sometime highway codes like, okay, can I ask you some question about your like I said, what type of the junction is this, what type of the road is it uphill, is downhill, have you done this before, okay, how you normally do it, which gear you're going to turn for uphill, which gear you're going to turn for downhill. So ask them a question about their last past experience. That is your near job. Now, lesson planning, these two lines are the, what you say, it's just like the most two important things. This is like your beginning. For example, you say, I would like to go on a holiday. Where? Paris. So that is
North of the Paris.
then is secondary thing. What you gonna do there? Where you gonna stay? What you gonna eat? What time you gonna land? Which flight? How many money you gonna keep in your pocket? What you should do there? What should you not do there? Can I do this? Can I don't? Now this is where the story starts now. So these lines is just the plan. It's just the beginning. Now, whatever you do after this is actually your lesson, where you're actually doing the lesson. So, next thing is easy one. What the suitable area, what the practice area is suitable. So, that is your line number 3. Now, choose the area where he can practice his goal. As I said, in the middle of the lesson, his goal going to be change. Why? Because he's going to do something wrong. Last time he was doing the T junction, he want to learn his left turning curve or something, then he stole the car. So strolling the car is like a new job. Now from this new job, need a new area to cheat. Sorry,
To suit
to
him.
yeah, to suit him or teach him, I need to go somewhere where he can practice his clutch. Now I do not have too much time. He already done the clutches in the past, so there's no point teaching him downhill clutch or straight clutch. I better do it uphill, because I believe if you do the uphill one, then he can do downhill straight very easily. So let's do the hard one. If he can do the hard one, he can do the others easily as well. Let's sort out this problem. Let's find some street which is uphill. Let him stop the car on the left side of the road and ask him, let's move when you're ready again. One time, two time, with my help, some guidance, problem sorted. Let's go back to the T junction again. So each time you're finding the suitable area for his specific goal, specific needs. So you should know the area. Do not take the test somewhere which you don't know. Choose the area, do the test somewhere you know. So in your mind, you already know, I can go there and do this, I can go there and do this, I can go there and do this. If somebody doing the, if somebody doing that, what you call it, um, mini roundabout, and he can't do finding the gap on the mini roundabout and not looking properly and trying to go, that means he have a problem. Not looking properly, not finding the gaps. Then stop going to the mini roundabout for a time. Find the T junction where you can practice the same style of the mini roundabout, looking and going. And when he get better with the T junction, come back again to the mini roundabout. That means you're finding the right location for his right goals, and keep changing it as your needs. There's no fixed area, there's no fixed place. If I need ice cream, take me to the ice cream shop. I need the curry, take me to the curry shop. See? So you have to keep changing your locations. This is why knowing your area is very important. Always give the test where you know. Do not go to the different test center which you don't know. Otherwise, try to go there early, get the full know-how of the area, take some help from local instructors, show them the area around. When you're happy, then you can do any test center in the UK. But otherwise, try to do it where you know. Okay. The next one, important again. Was the lesson plan adopted when appropriate to help the pupil work towards the learning goal? So adoption is, remember you made the plan in line number 2. Lesson planning line number 2, you agreed a lesson plan in that line number 2.
This one.
Yeah, lesson planning.
Yeah.
Line number 2, you made the lesson plan. So now the telling is the same lesson plan, sometimes you have to change. Now you're changing this lesson plan for many reasons. You're changing the lesson plan because your student is doing the fault. If your student doing the fault, then you came up with the new plan, like plan A, plan B. Plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, like E. Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this, like that. So you should be ready to adopt it. That means you must keep eye on the pupil action and ready to change your lesson plan because you can't handle it. Okay. So for example, your first plan was T junction, but he started doing the problem with the clutch. Now you help him to sort out his clutch. Then clutch becomes that you adopted your lesson.
Another question, when is example, when you start a car, the people, when you go to the junction, example, turn off the engine, should we give to them guide or leave them and do it again? Maybe turn off the engine again. Is a change of plan example?
Okay, if you think you're gonna stay there for a bit long time, you can say that okay, turn off the engine, let's talk this, then we start the engine again, go again. This will keep us safe. You can just park up on the left side, secure the car, and turn off the engine. I know some of these days the cars are electric, so that's why some people do not turn off the engine, and some people have the auto on off, the
Yeah.
push button. So some people do not do it. But if you think keeping the car on, too much sound, distraction, and not good for the environment, like eco-friendly, and you're spending like too much long to talk. then you can turn it off, because in the UK government says whenever you are parking somewhere stationary for long time, switch off your engine. They do not like parking cars start engines. But if you're staying there for a very short time, just stop, talk, let's move. Then you don't need it. Okay?
For 2 minutes, 3 minutes
If you
is okay.
think, but try not to stay there for a long time. Stay there to discuss and move. Maybe 2 minutes.
Also, when the weather is cold, you need to
Oh
stay.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah.
If your weather is too cold, and you think if
Yeah,
I'm gonna
stay.
switch off the engine, then it will be too blurry.
Yeah, so
It's raining, it's going to be steam in the car because you got three people in the car. There's steam up in the car. When I'm going to start the car, I need to waste time to clear the steam. And if it's too blurry, then student will look in the blind spot. Then maybe he can miss something in the blind spot because the windows are not clean. Then it's a good idea to keep running. Okay. So now we are on the lesson planning line number 4. So be ready to adopt the lesson whenever you need it. Right? Never stick with one plan. Be ready to change the plan. Your personality should be happy to adopt changes. When you make the new plan, then you need a new agreement.
Yeah.
Then you have to come back to the line number 2, lesson planning. Lesson agreed, structure agreed, according to his ability and experience. Then you have to retouch that line. Okay, Kasim, we're going to move out from this chapter back to the old chapter with the clutch to help out the clutch. Do you agree with me? We should do the clutch first. Otherwise, we're going to be every junction stalling the car can be too dangerous for everybody. And then I say, yeah, I'm agree with you. Okay, so how we can do it? We don't take you to the basics again. If you know how to do it, I help you a little bit. We try and 1 2 time, show me better. We move back again. So this is the structure. So again, you have to retouch the line number 2, and then you have to retouch the line number 3 again, suitable area. Now change the area from T junction to the uphill one for sorting out the clutch. You doing this because it's appropriate, because you start doing the mistake, and you doing this because you understand this is becomes his new need. Without this, he cannot move further. New needs, appropriate. So that is appropriate for his today's session. And you're only doing this to help him out with his real goal. At the end, you still want to do T junction. So T junction is there, and I have to pass every hurdle to get there. If I don't pass these hurdles, I can't get there. So let's sort out these ones. If I do this better and better and better, I will get there. So that is my goal. Getting there at the T junction is my goal. But I have to learn how to sit down in the car. That's the same page we did it before. This one. Cockpit drill control lesson, moving and stopping lesson, uphill moving and stopping lesson, good clutch, MSPS, so left turn, right turn, then T junction, left turn, right turn. So I will get there, but it will take me time. Right? So now the next one, risk management. So these 4 lines, or actually before go to that adopting one, let me give you the example of the adopting. What's a good thing you can do in the adopting one? Compare the actual performance of the pupil with the claims and clarify any difference. Do not take their words. I know this, I know this. Oh, we don't need to do this again. I know this. Okay, if you know this, can I ask you some question to make sure you know this? Can you show me? Clarify their performance with the wording. So, like, if somebody say, "Oh, I done this test before, just take me. I will pass this test." Can I do your 30 minutes assessment? I'm not taking your words. Show me. Okay. You respond to any fault and weakness that undermine the original plan for the session. So that means you're responding. You can see he's getting weak on the clutch. You know he's stalling. You know he's about to stall. You know his car is jerking like that. I mean, if we don't sort out this problem, we're gonna get big problem. So you feel it. So you respond to his problems or weakness. Sometimes fault can be complete or done. Sometimes fault can be at any time. Responding to any concern or issue raised by the pupil. I got a question. Okay, go on. What's your question? So that means do not move on unless you do not complete his all queries. And that is why you must ask the student, do you have any question before we move on? Do you have any query? Do you have any concerns? Do you have any, is that clear? Are you understand completely? Should we move on? So use that wording all the time before you go further. That is also like lesson structure according to their ability and experience. So keep checking them. Picking up non-verbal again, if you feel like they're not doing very good, then you must pick that and then do it. Then you can go for the risk management, column number 2. Now, risk management is the best place to get a lot of numbers. You got 5 lines in risk management. This risk management is the best place to get as much big numbers you can take in the lesson. 7 is minimum to get this column pass. If you take less than 7, is a fail. Or if you ever put your examiner in danger at any time in risk management, they will fail, make you fail. So minimum take 8 in that column. But this is the very typical things you can do every day, regular things. Okay. So let's go with the. So you understand the definition of the risk. Anything which put you in the danger, anything put you in the danger, in the risk, or there is a chance of a mistake of minor, or chance of doing something wrong in the future, that is a fault. Fault means fault will take you towards the risk, and you have to manage the risk while teaching him. You can't say, "Oh, forget about others. Let's do this." No, we can't. We have to think about others, think about you, think about the passenger, think about me, people, car, road user. This. So that means you have to manage the risk around the car, inside the car, outside the car. Right now, line number 1 of the risk management. Did the trainer ensure that the pupil fully understand or understood what you have told him? So again, same job. Whenever you say something to the student, whether it's a maybe a lesson agreed, maybe it's about changing the plan, like adoption of the plan, or maybe changing the suitable area according to his fault, maybe going to plan A to plan B, or coming back from plan A to plan B, or changing the level of your instruction from talk through to prompting, from prompting to guidance, the whatever you guys are talking to each other, you need a mirror. You say it, you ask him, do you understand? Do you agree? Do you understand? You happy? You should be continue. Even in the driving test, when they give you the emergency brake exercise, they stop you on the left side of the road. They tell you we're going to carry out the emergency brake exercise, and I will say you my hand stop, and then you have to stop the car quickly as possible. Is safe. And then they say, are you happy with my instruction? Do you understand? Are you happy to continue? So it's like checking their understanding, and that is what they say. Did the trainer ensure that the people understood? But if you never ask them a question, then how you ensure them? How you ensure without asking them? So question is must. And then it depends what he say. I'm okay. No, I think maybe if you're saying these kind of words, then Kasim, you're not sure. Sure means we say, yes, I'm in sure, I'm good. But if you're using that kind of wording, body language, then no. So that's how you, even you ask them a question, you listen to the wording, you listen to the body language, yeah, and then you make sure understood. That is what they call you need to make sure. Okay, then move on. Otherwise, do not move on. Ask him more question, dig him with more problem, and then move on. Now, you also asking him this question: how the responsibility for risk would be shared? Is the same example. We continue to the clutch control practice. You done this in the past before, so I don't have to guide you all the time. How about I tip you a little bit, I give you reference a little bit, I help you a little bit, and then you do this by yourself. Do you understand? Are you agree with me? Should we try this way? Is this going to work for you? And then they say, yeah, I'm happy. Yeah, I've done this in the past before. If I just do it 1-2 times more, I will be okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's do it. So you asking him to show it how you guys going to do it together as responsibility would be shared properly. Okay, I'm going to give you some example. The one of the example is, again, you're telling the student this car is fitted with the dual controls, and then can you do it this as well. I'm going to give the script, what normally people say. You don't have to be in the same way. Before you move on your car, sometimes you say it like that in the first 3 minutes of your lesson. Or if you already know the students before, then you already know these things. You guys already know these things, students already know, but it's good to repeat. Okay. At all times, I expect you to drive as carefully and responsibly as possible. I will expect you to be aware of the other road users and to control the car. However, I do have ability to take control with this dual control in the car in the case of emergency. I will only use this control when I feel you are not dealing with the situation by yourself. If that happens, we will take some time to talk about it, what happened, and we make sure it do not happen again. Do you understand? Are you happy to continue? Will you take response? So see, this is called give them the statement and then ensure it. Saying something, then in the last, ensuring it. So let's say if the student already have done this test before and he already know everything before, then maybe your wording can be different. For example, you have passed your driving test, or you already driving with me last 1 hour, or you already driving with me last 22 hours or 525 hours. You know this is the same car. So you already know this before. I therefore assume you are taking full responsibility for your safety. Will you? Yes. Okay. So that's like ensuring them. I will be talking to you time to time, but I will try to keep it to the minimum. So I will give you the chance to do things by yourself. So I'm not going to be talking through all the time. Or maybe prompting you. Is that okay with you? Is that what you want? Is that going to work for you? Okay, good. Let's go on. Then you maybe see me getting quiet some places, but don't take that there's nothing to learn. Maybe you're doing all good, and that is why I have to stay quiet and watch you first, that you can do things independently, because that is what you want to do at the last. And then if you do anything wrong, I will tell you, prompt you, and we will discuss again why I have to prompt you. Do you understand? Do you get what I'm saying? Are you happy? And then you start the lessons. Now, sometimes you do this in the middle of the lesson for different reasons. When he was doing in the beginning of the lesson, you done this in the beginning, but maybe he done the fault. You stop the car, you change the plan, you make the new plan. Now you said before you was doing 100%, now we're doing 50-50. Then you have to maybe talk these kind of things again. Before you move on, you have to make sure, then you move on. So positive points of these ones. Sometimes it's better asking the student, do you know what the meaning of the risk? Yes, what the risk mean? Or that give, okay, can you do this please? Like that. Asking the pupil what sort of issues create risk, such as if you're not feeling well, are you on the medicine, something. But again, if you already dealing together, there's nothing wrong in it, because you already know each other. You're doing the lesson last 1 hour, so you guys already know what's going on. There's nothing like a new client, and you're not going to take a new client outside the test center. You already know each other beforehand. Okay. So now let's move on to the next 9. Risk management, middle, line number 2 from that column, risk management. Yeah. Word direction and instruction given to the pupil clearly and in a good timing. Simple job. You doing this job like a driving instructor. So it's your duty. Always speak loud and clear, early in a good time. So student always understand what you're saying. At the end of this road, turn left. That is my direction. Before turning left, I would like you to go in gear 1 close to the junction, because we're turning left towards the uphill. That is my instruction. And then maybe asking him another question. Okay, Kasim, do you know why I'm keeping you in gear 1? What idea you get from the gear 1? Oh, is that uphill road? Yes, it is uphill road. Well done. That is my praise. So direction and instruction Direction first, then instruction, then question. If you have to tell him in a good timing, loud and clear. So there's no doubt. Or if you're sure that this person not so good, you can always can ask him, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you know where we're going? Do you know what I said to you? Will you follow my instruction? Do you have any doubt in my instruction? Are you clear with my instruction? You know where I'm going. If you think you need it, ask him double. That is one of the easy numbers. You don't have to do anything special. It's nothing to do with anything with your lesson and stuff. Just do your normal job without even thinking about it. Just do it properly. That's why we call this line is one of the easiest line. Okay. So, for example, your direction should be clear, concise directions. You should ensure the pupil understand your directions, what they plan to do, and you made them agree how we're going to do it. And then you got direction at the suitable time. Then your student also have the time to react on your directions. Don't give them late. If you give them late, see like now, if you do the T junction, sometimes you pick the student fault or you give the signal so late. And students say, you the one who told me late. If you tell me early where I'm going, then I can give you the signal in a good time because you told me last minute we turning left. Now you're telling me my signal is late. So if you tell them the student in a good timing, they respond in a good timing. Student need five wording: mirror, signal, position, speed, look, assess, decide, action. That is the sequence of doing something. Mirror, signal, position, speed, slow, small gear, look, decide, turn. So to do this job, I need time. So you have to tell me in a good timing where I'm going so I can plan my things. This is another reason you should always take the student where you already know where you're going. So you can tell them early in a possible timing, then you will be okay. So if you're taking them here, you should know, okay, Kasim, after this left turning, we're going straight, then you will see the T junction, then we take the right turning. Maybe it's going to be after half mile, but I'm telling you in advance, so you have well planned. So when you identify the junction, then you can start in a good timing. Do you have any question about it? No, no, I'm okay. So should know where you're going. So tell them early. Easy job. Agree? Don't give them confusing directions. Don't they give them late, and don't give them unnecessary signals. And failing to recognize that he can't do it, give you the wrong numbers. Now next one. Again, your duties. The next line in the same one. Was the trainer aware of the surrounding and pupil action? Simple job. You should do this. You must look all around the car all the time. Don't make the student panic. Just like a little bit like that, paying attention everywhere. Look to the pupil head to toe. See what he's doing, what his fault is doing, and stuff. And that's what you plan and do it. So watch their surroundings 360-degree. That's your duty. So you don't find any risk around your car which can give you trouble, because sometimes your student is not capable of doing many things. He have no experience. If he's learning the T junction with you today, how he can handle the ambulances, police, ambulance, fire brigade suddenly if they come, maybe he don't know how to do it. So you know they're coming around you, and you know the student is getting panic, and you say, okay, Kasim, I know we never done this, we have no experience about it. Now follow my instruction. I would like you to just keep the car very slow, keep to the left a little bit. Now slow down, just pause here, let them go. So that means you're helping them all the time to clear the situation. This is why you must look the pupil action and surrounding all the time. If you miss anything going on around your car which you can't pick it, you fail. That is called risk man. You can't keep everybody safe. Okay. So for example, it happened. Oh yeah, that one as well. So let's take that one. So one time what happened? Driving the car with the learner, and there's a biker with the the electric bikes. They came and cut you like that. Sometimes they come from your right, and there's a street here. They just cut you in front of you, go in the street suddenly, and the maybe student have to brake last minute suddenly. and now student is panic. But if the cycle was coming from your back or from your shoulder and you know it was there, but you the one who miss it, then it's your fault. So that is why you must know what's going on in your surrounding all the time. Never miss anything. Your eyes should be inside and outside of the car. Clear? Very simple. So they say take the outside world, observe the action of the pupil, including the commands body language, judge the weather condition if it's very blurry conditions, so many rain going on and you can't see easily, pay more attention and respond to the student properly. Okay. Now the next line in the risk management. So the next line in the risk management is called, if you're watching the student actions and surrounding, and then you see the student start doing some fault, you maybe have to stop the fault to happening. If you're stopping the student to these faults not to happen, then you have to start him the question. Do you know where you're going? Do you know is the right gear for you? Do you think it's the right speed for you to turn? Can we turn in the third gear? No, no, we are. Why is the third gear then? Can we please slow down? So that means you pick the student action first, rhythm. If your student is doing anything wrong in MSPSL routine, yeah, he's not doing proper signal, he's not looking properly, he's not doing this, then you pick student actions as a fault or his weakness and be ready to help him. Maybe somebody is doing independent driving and you're watching him quietly and you see him doing the fault and is about to do the fault, then ready to intervene, right? Or if you see the surrounding something going to happen and he can't do it, ready to intervene. That is your alertness, your attitude, alertness, right? Behavior. Then try to control the student verbally first, not physically. Do not grab the wheels, do not do the brakes. Ask him a question, control them verbally if possible, if you know things happening early in a good timing, and then explain the student why we do it. Remember the last page when we was doing it, when he said, okay, I'm gonna be maybe stay quiet and let you drive easily, and if anything happen I will maybe have to uh, speak out and intervene you, and if I do I will park up and explain you. So you already told this to the student in the beginning of the lesson before move the car. So now if the time comes it's nothing new, you already have the agreement in the beginning and you already said the student, do you understand my instruction, do you understand? And he said yes. So now in case it happened it's not like a surprise then. So they should expecting you to speak if they, if you have to control the car for the safety. Okay. Do this intervene timely. Don't get late. Same thing, emergency brake. If you do the late emergency brake and can't do in a good timing, you late. So same thing, you intervene should be timely. You can't be late to do it. You're not getting towards the risk and then last minute you do it. You control the car last minute. You maybe would have controlled the car more easily early as possible. Right? Timely. And should be appropriate. Appropriate means it was a requirement. According to his ability and experience, you get a little bit more. Thank you. Just that's fine. Then. Thank you, Prof. Thank you. Sorry about that. Just get dry. So, if you're already watching the surroundings and you know his weakness is about to happen, and if you know his ability and experience that this guy never done these kind of things before, I have to guide him about it. So you already made a plan to guide him, right? So then it's not a surprise. Then intervene him timely, appropriately, and then pull over the car and then we explain him why I have to intervene you, why I have to speak to you, why I have to do this. We can tell him anytime. Okay. Now, good points are, if you intervene in a way that actively support the pupil learning, not like doing intervene where you disturbing his confidence or knocking down his confidence, then think about it, what I'm doing. I know sometimes people, student is driving the car and other instructors are breaking him from the pedals. And every time Student is like that, and instructor is not even saying why he's doing it. And every time we do, student look like that. Oh, you was driving fast. I have to slow it down. Please make sure don't do it again. So that's not appropriate. You disturbing my confidence of driving. Okay, so you think about it before you do it. So, and only do it safely. So you can't use the pedal and somebody hits you from the back. What if you do the hard brake and somebody hit you from the back? So think about the safety also. You can't do the brake. Imagine like a part two. Can you do the brake without looking at the back mirror? Change of speed. You can't do the change of speed, do brake without looking because you're worried about it. So then same duty apply on you before you using the dual controls. So that's how you think before you do it. Okay. So that's the best thing is verbal intervene is much better than physical. And try to sort out this problem early as possible by asking them a good question early as possible. Okay. Allow the people to deal the situation by himself as much safely if possible. Let them do sometimes mistakes. If it's a very empty road, dead end. So for example, you stop the car in the uphill to help him with the clutch control and you're trying to help him on the other side and not letting him stall the car. Let him stall the car. You already park up on the left side of the road, you already safe, and you're teaching him the clutch control. Let him stall. Why are you trying to save him from the clutch and not to stall? Let him stall. Let him do him by himself. Let him learn by himself. Let him take the responsibility of learning by himself. Okay. So sometimes you have to think, I don't need it. Okay. Taking control of the situation clearly in a good situation, that is what you have to do. So ready. How? Look surroundings, look people action, watch his weakness, understand his ability and experience, be ready to intervene verbally, then physically. Before verbally, it's better to prompt him. If you leave him independent and he can't do it, ask him a question. Is this the right gear for you to make the left turning? Oh, sorry, I forgot. Oh, let's do gear two. So you already save him from the problem which is about to happen from your prompting. But even you have to prompt him, technically is like intervene because he was about to do it and you save him. So that means something is changed from the last structure of the lesson. So if your was lesson structure was this to leave him independent, you break the promise. You said, okay, I'm going to leave you independent. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to let you do it. But you break the promise. You ask him a question to help him. That means the plan changed suddenly. Now let's talk about the student. Oh, okay, Kasim, I have to change the plan. I have to give you prompting because you was doing this wrong. So I have to do it. Let's explain you why I done it so we don't do it this again next time. Yeah. It's like a partnership. You do not do anything alone. It's not your lesson. It's not your test. It is a student lesson, and you are only helping him for his goal. More you think is a test, more you're going to fail. It's not your test. You are just taking one client out as on a normal lesson you do every day, but only difference is your lesson is going to watch by somebody today, right? So it's all about me as my student. So I'm the student, it should be all about me, client centered, not about even you. It's not your test, it's my lesson. I'm the one who's driving, I'm the one who's learning. So think about me only. Yeah, that is the main thing. Now, let's say if you ignore the situation and leaving the people to do this by yourself, and then you messed up badly and you took a big risk, that's wrong. So you have to think about it where I should let him do it, where should not, where I take responsibility, where I take not, where I have to stay quiet, where I should not. A balance. And how it comes? watch the surrounding, watch the pupil action, understand his ability and experience, and get ready for the things. Okay. Next line. Now let's say you intervene the student. Then of course you already have told the student in the beginning that, okay, Kasim, I'm going to let you drive, but you take the full responsibility of your driving. But in case you don't do it, I maybe have to intervene you with my dual controls or my verbally. And if I do it, I will pull over, I will explain you why it happened. You made a promise in the beginning and you said, do you understand? And he said, yes, I understand. So now the time came in the lesson where you have to intervene the student verbally or physically, and you already made a promise, so keep your promise. So now pull over on the left side anywhere safe, easily you can, early you can. And now say, okay, Kasim, remember, we said if we do anything, we will have to discuss. So do you know what happened? Oh yeah, I think I was, okay, that's fine. So let's talk about it, how we can stop this next time. Or maybe you ask him this. So let's talk this one. You must give sufficient feedback given to the pupil to understand any potential critical incident like that. Of course, it's going to become a critical incident. That is why you stop him. You know he's going to crash the car. Or if you do this way, if you move out without looking properly, he's going to crash the car. So you stop him. So you understand the bigger risk because I'm the child as a student. I don't know much. You know much. So you stop me not to happen. But if I never see things are happening, then how I know? So you have to explain me. You have to give me enough talking, sufficient feedback about the scenario to make the understanding why I stop you and what was in your mind. Oh, I was thinking it's clear to go. No, what is the clear mean to you? Oh, I don't see anybody coming. But when you don't see anybody coming, it does not mean it's clear to go. If you can't see it, find more, look more, search more, then confirm it, then decide, then go. That is why we got look, assess, decide, action. Okay, so how we do next, how we can do better next time? Oh, I should be spending more time, I should be looking more. Do not be rush, do not be get impatient to go find more safety. If you can't see better, creep forward more, look better, confirm it, then I will go. Yeah. So that is what they say, that this is what you have to do now. Okay. So now the typical points of these ones. You must find a safe place to stop and examine the situation. So do not take your time to continue with your lessons for so long. You have to find the place to park up and discuss. Okay. So you have to find the place to park up and discuss. Then allow the pupil time to express. So ask the student first. Do you know what happened? Yeah, I think I stole the car on the junction. Yes. Why you stole? What happened? It's the same car, same clutch, same everything. You never stole before. I don't know what happened today to me. Oh, is anything different with you today? Are you worried? Are you not confident today? Is it because we have other person in the car? Yeah, I think maybe I'm just getting like a bit overthinking too much. Okay, don't worry about it. So ask them first. Let them express their fear, their thoughts. Then listen to their wording properly. Listen to them carefully. Watch the pupil action, body language. Then understand their ability, experience. Then structure. Then talk. Okay? Spotting them to reflect their own what happened. It's not easy for them to say everything, but encourage them to say. If they can't say it, give them a hint. What about this car? What about this? What about that? Okay? Spotting the people to reflect, then providing input. If they can't tell you everything, okay, you say something, prompt him, tip him. Okay? Then st- checking that the people feel able to put the strategy in place. Now, what's the next plan now? It's called three core competencies. Let's do this way. It's very important in this part. Have you heard about these three core competencies before? It's got 3 core competencies. Yeah. So when you're watching the pupil action and surrounding same time, yeah, 360-degree you can say. Then you finally realize that student is doing something wrong, or students show you their weakness, and then you know they are going to end up in the risk if I do not address them. So you pick a learning point, or you say you pick the learning curve. Okay, so you pick the learning curve. Then you say, okay, I better talk about it. So when you pick the fault, you maybe intervene them, right? Maybe verbal, maybe physical, right? Then you pull over, because you already said the student, when we do the mistake, I will find the quiet place and we discuss about it to help you out. So you already agreed this in the start of 3 minutes of your lesson. You said this to the student. So now it's the same thing. You pull over. Okay. Now when you're pulling over, the second thing you're doing is called analyze the problem. So that's called 1. That's called 2. Out of these 3, 1 and 2. And the analyzing means ask them, do you know what happened? Do you know why I stopped you? Okay, what happened? What you was thinking? How we can do this? What you thinking? No. Then make a good, nice discussion. Right? That is like discussing the scenario. Sufficient feedback, sufficient talking about the scenario you saved by using your controls or words. Now let's talk about it. What happened? So we don't do this again. We have to stop it, right? Then you come to the solution, and before coming to the solution, or we call remedy or solution, ask him, do you have any ways to do it better next time? I need to be more confident. Okay, I don't know how to do it. Okay, you tell me then, or you tell me how we do it, right? Making sense?
Yeah.
Then you come to the solution. So ask them first. If they don't know, you tell them. Then after the solution, now 3 core competencies is finished, but we're going extra trial. Now to not to do this fault again, we have to go to the practice of the maybe same place, same area, or similar area, same place. Do the same thing again so you don't happen again. So when it don't happen again, we're doing it better. Now I can't just take you to the new area doing the new job. I again have to make a new lesson plan with you. Goal 1, goal 2. Again, I have to ask you, are you agree with me that we do this lesson structure and do this way now because we done this? Do you agree with me? It will help you with your main goal. This is your needs. Let's go to the new area, suitable area to do this job now. Right? That is called lesson adopt. That is where you are adopting your lesson. That is where you adopting your lesson now, changing it. Plan A, plan B, goal 1, goal 2. You made the one goal in the beginning. Now you came with the new goal. And then you go there again. Then when you go there again, you ask him again, what you like to do? Do you want me to talk through? Do you want me to prompt you? Or do you want me to leave you independent one more time and do it? Because you already leave him independent. That's why he was doing the fault. So that means this is not a good choice. Maybe prompting is a good choice because you don't want him to drop his level too much down. And soon he starts showing you better again. That means he's improving. When he's improving, then you say, okay, I praised you. You're doing better. Now, please take a full responsibility, 100%. We go back again to the original goal because your needs are ready now. Your tool is ready now. We go back again. Let's say I want to work. Okay. I was doing something or I was cutting the board like that, right? Then that is my main goal to cut this. To use this thing, my tool is my need. Without this, I can't do it. Then while I'm doing this job, right? In the middle of the job, I broke it. I need a new one now. That's a new plan. So now my first goal was to do this job. Then what I needed, the tool is break. Now I need to stop the job. Job number one, goal number one. Go to the shop, buy the new one. That's my new goal. When I will come back again, my second goal is finished. I come back to the original one and start doing the same thing again. Make sense? You maybe have to leave your main goal and go to the different goal in the middle of the lesson. And soon you sort it out, you always can come back if your time allow you. If you don't allow you, you will do this next day. You tell the examiner, tell the student, we finish the time, but it's not like your goal is finished. We do this goal next day. Yeah, next lesson, yes. But even you tell him that is also your job. Okay. So that is called sufficient feedback. So then you have to do the full jobs like that. This is called 3 core competencies. Pick the fault, stop the car, talk about it, analyze it, why it happened. Because when we understand why it happened, then it's more easy for us to make sure it don't happen again. Right? Then find the solution of that not to do it again. Make it understand that it was important for us to change the plan. Make the student agree that it's important for us to change the plan. And then finally take them to the new location and practice again. Okay. And that is also known as adopting your lesson, which is lesson planning. The fourth line, adopt your lesson. And then you're changing the suitable area. Line number 3. Then you're also making a new lesson structure, line number 2. And you doing it because you want to help him for his goal, line number 1. So all the 4 lines, if you look up, is have to redo again. The same old job you have to do again because goal is goal. Doesn't matter if it's an old goal or new goal. When you start the goal, you have to do these things. When you started the goal, you have done all these things, isn't it? When you started your lesson. So if in the middle we get the new lesson, then doesn't matter. We still have to do this job again. But the only difference is you're already in the lesson now, so you don't have to spend too much time talking about it. You just talk and just continue. Now we're going to the teaching part. Teaching part is also one of the main, no, same one. Last 5, these ones, yeah, 8 lines, yeah. Now in the teaching part is again your regular duties. Regular duties means you should be doing it every day. Again, you the teacher, he is the learner. You have your own ways to do it. He has his own ways to learn it. That is called teaching and learning strategy. And you need to match it. Right? Maybe your teaching style is too high, but students have low levels. Then don't teach them high. Teach them low levels. Everybody have different ability to learn. Okay. So line number 1, which is also your job. Was the teaching style suited to the pupil learning style and current ability? So remember his experience, his ability to drive, what level he is on. Then try to find the best way to teach him, which help him with this. Some people are late learners, some people are quick learners, some people are too young, some people are too old, right? Some people have disabilities of learnings. Yeah, some people can't remember things easily.
Someone maybe take 20 section and listen.
Yeah, yeah.
Some maybe 80.
Yes, it happened. It happened. So that is why they say try to teach your style with their learning style, match it, suit it, and then plan the lesson according to it. So do not make a plan of the lesson which is too hard for them. This is why it's always better for every student do it in three stage, like a low, medium, and hard, right? That way, even you taking the hard, at least pass from the slow to the hard. That way, you also can judge them. Sometime I was in the other test center, and we was going to do the large roundabouts, busy one, with the full license holder, and we said, okay, just because of the test center, we have one roundabout, residential roundabout, 30-mile speed road, and that roundabout have four exits, and then second roundabout have three exits. I said, instead of taking the easy right turning from the T junction, how about if we just take left turn, first roundabout fourth exit, second roundabout which is near to each other, third roundabout, second roundabout third exit, then come out, then large roundabout third exit. And he said, why we not going to the large roundabout? Because he want to do the large one, he don't want to do the easy one. I say, sometime what if he can't do the easy ones and I'm taking him to the large one, then I'm taking a risk. Without checking his understanding and knowledge, I can't take him directly to the large one. It's a 40-mile road, 50-mile road. I can't trust him. I need to understand his ability and experience. So what I do, I just take a two right. If you do very well, right, I go to the higher ones. So I already started from the medium. I did not take him to the mini one. I started from the medium. If he can handle the medium, I understand he can do the low as well. So I gave him that, then that. So that is the lesson structure according to his ability and experience. Then we continue. But give him a choice. How you like to learn? Do you want me to tell you early? Do you want me to tell you two times? How you want it? Then it's better he tell you. Do you like to see photos? Do you like me to do this way? Do you want a pen and paper? How you want it? Tell me. I have a lot of ways to teach you. I will do it. Okay. So now that's some duties you can do very easily. If you're actively working to understand how they can do best support the pupil, how you can support the pupil in their learning process, that means you're doing a good job. If you modify your teaching style to realize that this style is not working from him and you change the pattern of teaching, maybe you're speaking too fast, but this time you know is not working, you start speaking a bit slow, so that means you're changing yourself to help him, or you providing them accurate technical information to help him so he can learn better, or you linking your questions about the theory of his past understanding knowledge, you're doing good jobs, you're encouraging him to speak out how you want to learn, how you want, so then you all doing a good job, and you're doing enough time to listen to him so you know that what is the best for him, you're doing a good job then. Okay, but this is again one of the easy way to take number. Only teach the way he like to learn. Don't impose your style on him. Find out his way. Ask him how you want me to do it, or do the same way. Right? Second, in teaching planning, second line. Was the pupil encouraged to analyze problem and take responsibility of the learning? That is bit same. This analyzation is a bit same. When you're going to stop him, you analyze him, you encourage him to analyze. Some people are shy, they don't speak. Then you encourage them to speak out. You tell them, don't worry about it. It's a right answer, wrong answer. Don't worry about the third person in the car. Whatever is in your mind, just tell me. You tell me first. If you can't tell me, I will tell you. Don't worry about it. Encourage them. So your job is to make them confident, encourage them to speak, take part in the lesson. Don't just, the lesson should not look like that you the one only teaching them. It should look like you're just helping them and he's learning from you. Teaching is this: end of the road, turn left, now look back mirror, look left mirror, now slow down, signal now, okay, take positions, no, small gear, now look right, look left, it's clear, yeah, it's clear, let's go. That is not a lesson. Yeah, that means you're just telling them and they're just doing it like a robot. If anytime you're doing like that, examiner will not like it. especially for your test. You maybe do this in a daily basis with your beginner students to teach them to get better and better. But according to the test, that style is not going to help you for the lesson test. You do the same thing in a way. Uh, okay, Kasim, at the end of this road, we're taking the left turning. It's going to come about 500 yards away. When we do the left turning, what we need to do first? Mirror, then signal. Good. And what after? Position, then speed. Good. And where we look, or both side. And what we are finding. Are we finding any hazard? Okay, so you're giving me the right answer. Do you need any help when we get there, or you want me to just stay quiet and watch you to do it? I think I can do it. Yes, I have a confidence on you. So what I do, I will stay quiet. I will watch you doing it. In case you can't do it, or any concerns, ask me, or I will help you on the spot. Do you understand? Do you agree with me? Thank you. That is what the examiner like you to do in the test. Asking more rather than telling. Okay? So that means medium level, not low levels. Medium. And making in high levels. Slowly, slowly. Okay? So next one. So you understand that is the same part, encouraging the problem and take responsibility. Same like that. But maybe you have to do this in a different timings. Like for example, can you see Kasim any hazard? I can see cycle. What do you do about the cycle? Oh, you tell me. I can tell you, don't worry. But I want you to tell me first. I think we have to overtake him. Yes, we have to overtake him. Good answer. But how? I think I will need a mirror signal. Yes, but which one? Oh, it's back and right and then signal right. And how much room you're going to give cycle? I think it's plenty. What do you mean plenty? You're not going the wrong side of the road. Oh, just enough for 1 meter or 1.5 meter these days, or watching the front and back prop. Okay, don't worry. Follow my instruction because you know that is not too enough information and we're getting close to the hazard as well. We can't keep talking now. We have to do it together. Okay, don't worry. Let's do this together this time. And in case we do better next time, I'll give you a chance to do by yourself. So make sure we look mirrors and so then just do it together. Okay. So you encourage them to speak first. Then whatever you're teaching them, the next line, what opportunity and example used to clarify the learning outcome. Now, whatever you are telling them, try to tell them with the examples. Use opportunity means use live example on the road. So for example, can you please park up on the left side, please? Okay, now see this car coming on your back. He's overtaking the cycle. See how he's overtaking first. Or he's moving away on the center line and give. Did you think the guy gave the good space to the car? Yes, I think it's enough space he gave to the cars. Okay, good. Which signal he gave it? Right one. So he gave the right signal. Yes. Okay. That is like a live example. Try to use the live examples. Opportunity, use opportunity to make them examples. So this is why you watch the surroundings all the time. If anything I can see on the road, I can pick them as an example, so I can make them an example in the same topic and try to explain them with examples so it will clarify the learning outcome. And then you ask them in the same question after your example, like just what I did now. When I was using that example, cutting the board, I ask you, do you understand? Is this example working for you? Do you understand my example? Then you said yes. So that means I'm ensuring with you guys that you understand what I'm saying. So you teach them and check them. Make sense? Okay. So some good points. Using example, identify on the lesson is a suitable way and at a suitable time. Confirming and reinforcing the understanding is a good job. Exploring different ways to make example like a good habits of your example, good job. And then you're using the different example which is according to his level, not like you're giving example which is not on his levels. Maybe you're giving example like a scientist and like well, but you maybe want to give example more like a daily basis, right? You can maybe ask him, oh, Do you sit with somebody as a passenger? Yes. Do you ever see some people do overtake? Do you know how people overtake? Say, yeah, see. Okay, if you see people doing overtake, how you do? So, live examples. Okay. Now, the next one. Was the technical information giving comprehensive, appropriate, and accurate? So, of course, when you're going to speak something with your student, anything coming out of your mouth is called technical information. You are not allowed to tell them anything which is not in the books. This is why they say whenever you do something, use the books. If you're not sure about it, open the book. Okay, let's go to the this one. Can you see this, Kasim? Okay, use the book, but use the information accurate, appropriate, and use it throughout the lesson comprehensively. Not like just telling me one time and then forget about it. No, utilize it each places, link it. Remember, Kasim, we was talking about the overtaking the cycle when we was using the example. Yeah, yeah. See, there's a cycle coming up now. Now we're getting a chance to utilize that example in reality. Do you still remember how to do it? Yeah. Okay, tell me. Okay, you gave me the right answer. What I do, I'll let you do this time. So link it. Everything you do, link it. Okay? And never say anything wrong. Of course, as a teacher, you should not give some wrong informations. So simple job, whenever you say it clearly. If you're not sure, you don't have to remember it. Just use the books. Refer it with the books. You don't have to remember everything. I don't remember everything written here. Just example. Of course I know, but just feel like I don't know. Then I just open. One of the hard part I always find is this one when you have to tell people about um this one stopping distance.
Yeah, what one is
Like,
for
what is your overall stopping distance in 60-mile-per-hour road? I don't know. Okay, 73 meter, 240 feet. Okay, Kasim, this is the answer. I don't have to remember it. I will just, but I will not give the wrong information. Okay, I will tell him where it is so I can refer the book. I can tell him the page number, chapter number, rule number, and I can show him once. Maybe take a photo, send it to his mobile WhatsApp so he always can remember and look again next time. But I will not give the wrong informations. Okay, clear? Very simple. The next thing, whenever the student do the good jobs, like you teach him something, you gave him to the practice area, he show you everything is going good, then you must give him a feedback. Feedback is like praising him, and when you praising him, I believe he's doing good. When he's doing good, I believe you're going to change the lesson now. Then we don't have to stay with the plan 2 anymore, because if you're doing good, what's the point to stay in the plan 2, goal to number 2? You must move back to plan number 1. So was the pupil given appropriate timely feedback during the session? So we don't have to give them a praise only one time. During the session, whenever we need it appropriately, we must do it. We're not doing it to just to make them happy, or not doing it to show the examiner we're doing good. It should be appropriate. Looks like you're doing it genuine praising. Kasim, you gave me the right answer, and when I tell you to do the overtaking to the cycle, you done it very well without any mistake. Congratulations for that. And for the next time, I'm happy that you can take responsibility of the cyclist on the road, overtaking safely. I'm going to let you do next time unless you need my help. Do you understand? And you will say, yes, I understand. So everything you talk, do you understand? You happy? You agree? Yeah? Cross questions. Yeah? You provide the feedback in response to the question pupil. So, for example, you ask him something, he gave you the good answer, you praise him. You're seeking appropriate information from the student and they give you the right answer, you praise him. You want him to do something, he done good, you praise him. You teach him something in the past, and in the past, uh, Now he's showing you very good today, praise him. Okay, so there's a lot of ways you can praise him time to time in during the session. Simple jobs. Regular things. Now the next one, what the pupil query, follow up then answer. You try to encourage your pupil to ask you a question. Every next stage you're moving on, you must be asking your student, do you have any question? Do you have any question? Should we before we move on, do you have any question? Encourage them and tell them, do not shy to ask you any question before we continue. And maybe he will say, yeah, I got this. Yeah, go on, don't worry about it. Sometimes they want to ask you a question, but they're shy. You can feel the body language. Kasim, I think you're holding the question in your mouth. Is there anything you want to ask me? Yeah, I was thinking. Yeah, go on. Don't worry about it. Sometimes you read the body language and wording and they say, do not shy, just ask. Tell them, ask you. And you also keep them. Do you have any question? Do you have any question? And then, if they have a question, follow up and answer. And then go back again. Whatever answer you're giving is a technical information you're telling them. When you're explaining them the answer, explaining them with the examples, and maybe to help out to understand this answer more, you maybe have to go to the location to show them live and maybe give them a chance to practice also. And when they do better, you praise them, they're doing it well. So all linked together, like that. All the jobs links together. If they ask you some question in the middle of the junction, somewhere very busy, and you can't answer that at the same time, you say, hold on your question. I'm gonna give the chance to ask them again. Let's deal this situation first. And then later on you pull over and say, now you can tell me what was your question. That is also known as follow-up. Don't forget. Okay? Simple job. Nothing hard. Right? That's the easy works. Hard was first 4 lines, lesson planning. Then other hard lines are risk management. And this is just teaching. This is just teach part. Huh? Natural. It's come natural. This part come natural. But first 4 and 5, you have to step time. Yeah. The next one, did the trainer maintain an appropriate non-discriminatory manner throughout the session? Everybody get 3 numbers these days on this one because you do not have to speak something or don't hear something. Stick to your topic and do not create any atmosphere which means like you don't like them, they don't like you, or you don't like others. Just stick to your plans. So, for example, keep your distance with your respectful manner with the student. Do not touch them. Okay, keep your space and address them with their first name or surname, whatever they like, right? Don't disrespect them for any case, and careful with the body language and just don't say anything, don't listen anything, and be behave properly. Okay, easy. Now at the end you at the end of the session was people was encouraged to reflect their performance, and that is when you do that part. You must pull over in the last and say, okay, Kasim, this is the end of your session, can you tell me what did you learn today? And this is the reflective log you can use, and just say, okay, don't worry about that, we can fill this later. What I want you to do, just explain me. For example, what was your initial goal? What went well today? What did not go so well today? Which things you have improved today, which thing left over to improve for the next time, what we should do next time much better to improve yourself, what can be the next goal, do you have any question, did I give you all the answer, anything left over, can you scale yourself on this place and just measure yourself where you are right now on this topic. Okay, anything else? And then you say, we finished this chapter, and then you say, okay, thank you so much, we finished. And then the examiner job is to see that all the jobs you're doing it properly, and you can show the examiner this kind of a progress card and tell them This much hours he have done it, these topic he have done it, this much hour he have done it. That is his level, ability and experience, and this is the goal we're going to use today. And the last time when he finished the lesson, so we already filled the reflective log and he said, this is the thing I need to improve next time. And that is why we're here today, to improve it today. So you can use the old reflective log in today's lesson. So yeah, that is all revision, how you need to do it, what you need to do it. So 3 minutes, first 3 minutes. People are always concerned about first 3 minutes. First 3 minutes is you ask him like what you like to do today, but you already know what you like to do today. Or you can say, okay, what was your last goal? What we going to work today? Oh, last time you said we're going to work on my turnings. Okay, are you on the same goal? Same. Okay, let's do this one. How are we going to do it? Should I take you easy one, hard one? Then no, no, let's do the hard one first. Okay, but we can't take the risk. Well, let's do the easy one. Are you agree with me? Happy with me? Good. In terms of the responsibility, I would like you to careful with the car. This the way I script you. What level help if needed? Do you understand this? Any questions? Okay, follow my instruction this way, this way. Okay, let's move when you're ready. And then start the lesson. Take them to the area and drive.
And this one, so
Yeah.
give him like briefing like 3 minutes. And
Minimum 3,
yeah,
maximum you can go 4 and 5.
okay. So if it's new topic, for example, let's say it's roundabout. So are you gonna do so full topic or just by
No. Even is a new topic like a roundabout. Can you teach everybody roundabout in 40 minutes? If your test center don't have the roundabout very close, then you have to spend 10 minutes to go to the roundabout, 10 minutes to come, 20 minutes already wasted. And doing 20 minutes practice on the roundabout is not going to be enough to make him good driver on the roundabout. So that way, they say start the topic before you come.
so
Spend 1 hour at least.
already start, let's say
Already start the lesson.
yeah, and then start this morning roundabout.
Yeah, do the briefing, start the lesson, start the talk through, do everything beforehand, then take a break, pick the examiner, tell the examiner what you already started, which topic you already started, what level you are on now, what stage you are on now, explain them, pick them, and continue. And if the student lose the confidence in front of the examiner, then maybe start talking them again, like doing the talk through again. All right, thank you guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. So